I think I did something right. Well, hey, I want to say thank you for those of you that came to join us for the little training we're going to do tonight with my good friend Michelle up in Canada. I want to thank her for her time in advance. Michelle is one of our sideline cousins in this whole M deal, this M thingy. And I'm really excited because she's got some great stuff to share with us. We're doing some just great bang-em-up jobs with, using Zoom and all these other platforms. But there's going to come that point in time when you probably want to have like a little get-together, a little soiree per se. I don't know how y'all say it, but, I'll just call it a soiree. And, there's going to be a time we're going to invite some folks to your home, have some, tasting parties and, get to hug people and, have a meal with them and enjoy their company in person as well, because I'm all for that. I'm really excited because I've done those in the past with some great success as well, but I also love doing events like this on Zoom because we can go all around the world, kids. We don't have to leave our house. We don't have to put, real clothes on. We can actually sit around in our pajamas, which is pretty awesome. So just like these training events, they're just great. It's a great way to get to the masses quickly, but I think it's also that opportunity and timing is right probably for when you want to start having those little in-home events. We don't want to make them meetings. Nobody wants to go to a meeting. All right. I like the word party. I like party atmosphere. I like just get-togethers, hang out with my friends, have a barbecue. We want to have fun. We don't want this to be boring and old and seem like typical, stereotypical network marketing because I don't want to do that. Okay, and if that's what M was, I wasn't doing that either. And another thing that I know a lot of folks who are asking questions about, and Miss Pam's asking about it, and Amanda, they're doing an event down in the DC area with a lot of people going to be showing up and they'll be doing a event at a trade show. And there's quite a few different ways you can do in-home events and trade shows. And I will tell you, I know that Michelle's had some great success up in Canada. Her and her husband, Brandon, are just phenomenal leaders in M, phenomenal leaders in life, not just in M, but in life. And that's why I got attracted to her really quick. She's cute too, but she's married and so am I. But I can say she's cute because she is. But she's awesome is what she really is. And I'm so excited to be able to work with her as a sideline cousin in M. And it's this one big family called the M Life M family. And it's kind of fun to be able to bring her on tonight to share with you her experiences. I had a chance to share with her team the other night up in Canada as well, some of my experiences. And that's what it's about, folks, be able to build and grow and learn off each other. And she's had some awesome experience, like I said, in that home environment as well, the trade show environment. And I've done trade shows in the past, and they've really cost me a lot of money with no maximum return. A lot of exposure, but no maximum return. And part of that was because of high-end, expensive products that weren't really sampleable or retailable, if that's a word. And here at M Network, we have that. We have the products we can actually retail a show like that. We can actually sample people and earn our money back and actually make a profit. And I'm not really sure how to do it yet, but I know that she's figured it out. Her team in Canada's figured it out. They figured out how to work it together as a team so they can grow and learn and get new prospects and make money and have massive exposure at the same time. So I'm just going to be quiet tonight. Believe it or not, John Zenas is going to be quiet, okay? And I'm going to let her do all the talking. Be quiet, Pam. I'm going to let her do all the talking because she's got a phenomenal story to share of what they're doing up there in Canada. And guess what? It works just the same way down here in the good old US of A, in these lower states. So I am so excited to have my good friend Michelle on here with us tonight and be able to borrow a little of her time. All of our time is precious, folks. And I think it's the one thing that I want everybody to understand as we grow. Because we're going to grow huge. We've grown huge this month. We still got lots of months left over for rank advancing, pushing up. But next month, you're going to double and triple what you're doing this month, which is friggin' phenomenal. So I want you to realize that, we want to stay connected like this. We want to honor people's time because our time is our most valuable asset on the face of the planet. We all get 24 hours. It's what we do with it that makes a difference, not just for ourselves and our own family, but what we can do for other people as well. So I will now turn that time over to my good friend Michelle in Canada, who's so excited to be able to have her on here tonight, share her expertise and her friendship with each of you. So Miss Michelle, take it away.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And I will definitely pay you later for saying all those kind things about me. So guys, I just firstly want to say congratulations to all of you. I mean, we're just watching you guys and you guys are just exploding. So congratulations. And there's a few days left of the month. And I know the entire M community is just waiting to see what you guys are going to do collectively in the last few days of this month. So you guys, congratulations. You guys are an inspiration for all of us to watch all of you. So that being said, I'll just share a little bit about myself so we're not complete strangers. My background before network marketing, I was a real estate agent. And I didn't enjoy that so much because I didn't get to spend too much time with my family. I'm a mom of 4 girls, and my oldest is 21 and my youngest is 20, 2 months. So it's pretty crazy in my house. I see there's some mommies in here with little ones, so totally understand that. I've been in the industry of network marketing for 8 years, and I've been full-time for about 6.5. And 5 years ago, we fired my husband's boss too, so we've been full-time in this industry, both of us, for over 5 years now, and it's been just an incredible blessing. And my husband and myself, our philosophy is that, you know, we all win together. And so, you know, I just am so in love with helping to be a part of this community and working all of us together, because you know what they say, all boats sink together or rise together. So that being said, I just feel blessed to be here with you guys tonight. And I'm just going to share with you my experience. And, you know, I think that what John said is absolutely epic. I really went through the same experience that John did previously, of having super expensive products that might have been demonstratable, but you couldn't really retail them at trade shows. And so it was quite challenging. And so for me, I always wanted to make sure that everybody was in profit mode. And I found previously that it could get very pricey, very expensive to do show after show after show, and people were not necessarily getting enough bang for their buck to be putting that kind of money into it. So my philosophy is I want to make sure that everybody makes a profit in their business. And I don't want them to go spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars more until they start to turn a profit, because we're in this to make sure that everybody succeeds and hits their goals and not gets frustrated and leaves right away, right? That's why we're here. So, you know, I had a challenge with that in my previous company. I really did. And I would coach people to, you know, maybe do small trade shows and do a little bit, but not too much. And then we were introduced to M. And I can tell you, I was still in the same mindset. I still had the mindset of, okay, we can go do this, but we're going to be careful. I don't know if anybody's ever felt like that before. And I'm sure that some of you had some previous experience. And if you're brand new, don't worry about it, because M is a whole new level. And so we started doing, we have a couple of wonderful women who just absolutely love to go out and do trade shows. And it's a great way to meet people in their community and get some fantastic leads. And so we went and did our first M trade show here in Ontario, Canada. And it was crazy. We literally sold out of every stick we had, every full box and every stick we had. And we realized right away, I literally came home and had to order more inventory because we didn't have even any, like we had maybe enough week supply for our own, let alone to hand out samples. So it was crazy. We sold out of everything and it was so much fun. And there's a couple reasons for that. Number one, as everybody knows, I mean, it just tastes fantastic. But here's what I found. We had pitchers and they were about this size, which fits about 2 liters. I have my water in because I'm filling up my stick drink right here. It fit about 2 liters. And we have, in the dollar store, we've got those little tiny like shooter cups. And we put this in about, it was about 1.5 liters, and we put 2 sticks in. And it tasted great. And it lasted the entirety of the 5 hours. And we had a lot of foot traffic. So number one, we didn't have to use a lot of our personal supply and inventory to sample it, and it lasted all day long, which was incredible. And so we just, and everybody kept coming back. It was funny because a lot of the kids kept coming from the booths that they were at their parents with and wanted more, and then the parents were coming in like, hey, my kid wants more of this, what is it? So that was great, So what I'd like to tell you about it is, first of all, you can, obviously the sticks, at some of you guys are in the States, so $2.50 a stick if you're in, Canada. And we literally sold out of them all, okay? And that's fantastic. We had great foot traction there. But the most important thing? The most important thing is to make sure that you are getting the contact list. So we always have, we always have a paper that we have a list of people. And we always make sure that we have all the contacts written down, email and phone number and name, of course. And then we always have a little box where you can check off, hey, are you interested in more product information, or you're interested in actually information about the business? So it's good to differentiate that, so you know when you follow up that you can definitely know where to go with that follow-up. You know, some people it's just going to be a product link that you want to send to, and some people it's going to be a product and a business link. So it's important to know that, so that you can, when you contact them again, that you know what to follow up on. So contacting and inviting after the trade show is really the most important thing. 100%. You know, it is the single most important thing, because the fortune is in the follow-up. Okay? I'm sure some of you have heard that before, the fortune's in the follow-up, and I can tell you this. I used to carry around for 8 years in my purse this card, and it says that 98% of people will sign up with you as a customer or as a member in the 9th to 12th contact. So you're literally shooting yourself in the foot 98% of the time if you don't consistently follow up, okay? And the whole point of doing a trade show in the first place is so that you create a contact list, okay? And in the industry, by the way, of relationship marketing or network marketing or MLM and whatever you guys want to call it, I like to call it relationship marketing. You know, the number one skill, in my opinion, that you can have is building a contact list, you know, and this is really, trade shows is a great, great, great way to do that. Because you're able to get out to the market. You're able to get people samples right away that they're tasting right away. You're able to get their contact info. You're able to follow up, and you're able to add them into your funnel right away. And you can contact so many people, add so many people to your contact list just in one day. So I'm gonna let you guys into a secret. So here's my little secret. I love trade shows because I just love meeting people, and you know, I say that most of us, if not all of us, are in relationship marketing because at some level we just love other people. All right. So here's my little secret. The customers that come around at a trade show, they're fantastic and awesome, and they can be good leads. But in my opinion, I mean, you know, I always say my opinion because it may not be consistent with everybody else's opinion, but in my opinion, the number one best leads that you're going to get from a trade show is all the people manning the booths all around you. So I will take time to make sure, you know, we always have a partner. Like I rarely ever do a trade show on my own. And if I do, I'll still get somebody to watch the table, because my most important thing that I want to do at a trade show is I want to walk around to all the booths and get the cards from all the people at the other booths. And the reason that I do this is A, they're entrepreneurial. B, they're obviously self-motivated. C, if they're at a trade show, they're probably looking to make some income. And so I would say 9 out of 10 people that I have that sign up from a trade show as a customer or as a member is the people actually at the booths as a vendor at the trade show. So I always do that 100% of the time. I never do a trade show without going to make sure that I meet all the people around me. And that's a great thing. You're going to get so many incredible leads from that. I don't have it in front of me, but I have shoe boxes full of business cards from trade shows. And I literally, if I spent 24 hours a day for 3 months in a row, I couldn't call them all if I tried to. That's how many of them I have now. Okay, but you can start that process of getting all of those contacts. Okay. The other thing that I'd really like to share with you, that's the epic, by the way, that one is my secret. That's the one that I really love to share with people, because I really think that's going to really help you explode your business and really make trade shows really, really worthwhile. But the other thing that I like to share with people is communication during a trade show. And I think I know that this is one of the most important things, is that we need to learn how to communicate properly with people at trade shows. We need to learn also how to read their body language, because a lot of times we get, you know, everybody in M is new. Every single one of us is new right now. Why? Because M is a brand new company. This window of time is never ever going to be recreated again in our entire lives, and we are very excited about it. The challenge with that, it's fantastic, but the challenge is we want to tell everybody everything, right? Who has that challenge, right? And most of us especially at the beginning of our network marketing careers, most of us talk far too much. And I can't remember, I went to a training, and I believe it was Tom Hopkins, one of the best real estate agents ever in North America. And he said this, he said, listen, you have one mouth and two ears, and they're in that proportion for a reason. The reason is we have to spend twice as much time listening as we do speaking. All right. And we have to learn to listen effectively, because effective listening creates effective communication. So a lot of times this is what we do, especially in the beginning of our network marketing careers, is that we start talking and we tell people and we tell them everything and we give them far too much information, and we don't really listen to their responses because we're already thinking about the next thing that we're going to say to them. So the one thing that I really want to say to you is, if you haven't already started doing some personal development, I would say one of the most important things about personal development is learning to become an effective communicator. Effective communicator will not only help you in trade shows, will not only help you in your network marketing career, it will not only help you in your home life, it will help you in every aspect of your life to become an effective communicator. And the number one thing about being an effective communicator is to become an effective listener. And we listen, it's not just with our ears, but we have to listen and look at body language. And it's interesting. I had somebody in the organization in our previous company, she's come here too. And the first trade show we went to with her to help her out, she spent a lot of time talking. And the body language of people was very closed. Because she spoke so much, it was scaring people away. You guys have all met people like that, right? Okay, and the challenge is because we get so excited, we become those people, okay? So we don't want to be those people, okay? We want to be very clear, concise, but short, sweet, keep it simple, all right? And then, if they have questions, we can definitely answer those questions. But again, we want to answer it short, simple, easy. Okay, we don't want to get into a long, drawn-out conversation for an hour long. If somebody wants to, spend more time talking about, that's fantastic. If there's people coming to the booth, it's, hey, listen, I would definitely love to talk to you more. So, let's grab your information here. Right here, write your email, your phone number. We're going to get that information, and we can either meet for a coffee, or I can send you a couple quick links to look at, and definitely get you over some more information. And then when you have some more questions, we can definitely answer those questions at that time, okay? So it's very, very important to make sure, in my opinion, again, like I said, to become effective communicators, especially at trade shows and everything that we do. And I wrote a few things down, again, because I had the same experience as John. The other thing is I'd like to say is that you have to become very confident. There's a lot of words that I hear people saying. If maybe I had somebody that I was actually coaching today on trade shows, and she was saying to other people, hey, listen, I have another trade show in a few weeks, and maybe you'd like to come and see me there. And I was like, well, hold on a second. The whole point of making any contact with anybody, whether it's a sit down, whether it's over Facebook, whether it's over a Skype or a Zoom, whether it's at a trade show, any contact you make with anybody that's a potential prospect, the entire idea of it is to get them to the next step, to get them to the next contact, to get them to the next video, to get them to the next event, to get them to the next Zoom. Okay, that is the entire idea of it. Okay, the challenge is, again, when we talk too much, what we do is effectively talk them out of it. And then we also give them too much information, and now they're prejudging something that they simply don't know. But because we gave them so much information, they believe they know so much that they can make an educated decision. And the truth is, at that point, they can't make an educated decision. So our job really is, again, we have 2 ears, one mouth for a reason. We're going to listen twice as much as we talk. We're going to keep it simple. And the whole point, again, is to take it from one contact to the next contact to the next contact. So if I'm at a trade show, specifically, the whole idea is either to make sure that, A, I'm getting their contact information, B, I'm finding out which information that they're interested in. C, I'm sending them a video. And D, when they have questions, then I'm going to get them on a 3-way call or on a Zoom or to an event. And that is the whole idea of the entire thing, right? So profit in a trade show is not something that you necessarily see right away, right? Sometimes because you get this big contact list, you may not sell everything at a trade show, okay? But again, the fortune's in the follow-up. You never know. In fact, I can tell you this. I was at a trade show, a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and I met somebody there from a different company, and it took me 6 months to recruit her into my deal at the time, and she became the best leader that I had in the entire organization. So a trade show may not show you upfront profits, but if you do your job and you do your follow-up properly, and you continuously do it consistently and persistently, you will get results from doing it, just like anything else. If you do your contacting, inviting, and you follow up, and you're doing it properly, then you will get results, okay? And like anything else, it's trial and error. So I always tell people, by the way, if something's not working, you trial it. So, I'll give you contacting, inviting, or follow up for example, because we're talking about that. I always tell people, listen, after the trade show, call 5 people that's on your list. And if you get 5 no's right away, I want you to stop right there. And I want you to call me or somebody on your support team. And I want to review what your language is so that we can change whatever needs to be changed. And it's usually 1 word or 1 sentence or maybe 2 words. And if you just change it and just dial that in a little bit, you will get so much more effective results. So that's what I like to share with you also, is that sometimes you have to pause and say, hey, wait a minute. I don't want to go through all 100 people that I just got on my list from the trade show because I'm not getting effective results. I want to let me go with 5 first. And if I get 5 no's, I need to review that. And I need to find out what I could do better to get better results for the next 5. The last thing I want to do is go through all 100 of them and be deflated and think, oh, maybe this is not for me. Because that, in fact, is not true. 100% anybody can do this, but you do have to take the time, pause, plan, do, review it, so you will effectively get better. And that is our journey here in network marketing. Nothing is ever perfect. We will always get better wherever you are, whether you're on your first chapter or your 30th chapter like John, it doesn't matter. We're always getting better. And we all have to stop, plan and review it and make sure that what we are doing is we can become more effective. And of course, reach out to the people that are there to support us and help us, and they can go through that with us. A great mentor of mine in the beginning of my career in relationship marketing said to me, hey, listen, one of the best things that you could do is actually record yourself having conversations with people, whether it's contacting, inviting, whether it's following up, not necessarily at a trade show. I know we're on that topic, but when you're following up, you want to record yourself or take a snapshot of the conversation you're having, if it's online or on text messages, because then you have the ability to review it, okay? And that's really 100% the way you're going to get better, is by reviewing it, going through it with your support team, increasing your language, increasing the communication skills, increasing then the follow-up skills, and it will come together. It's like anything in life. Anything that is worth it is not necessarily easy, but I promise you 100%, after being in this industry for 8 years, being able to fire my husband's boss, I promise you it is worth it. Awesome. I don't know how much time I have left, John. I don't know.
We have a lot of time.
Oh, you have a lot of time?
So you're right on time. And I just want to point out something you said, Michelle, to everybody. Your little secret. That's my secret for 20 years of doing trade shows. Yeah, but here's a little clue also that will help you too, Michelle, with the business card secret. The girls know how many business cards are in my cabinet as well. And they've seen it on some previous trainings. A lot of those came from trade shows. And a lot of folks have been in business with me at some point in time, or at least a customer. But the thing I love to do with those business cards is I toss some of them because I might not like the attitude of the person I was talking to. I'll take it to be kind. And I always write a note on the back there. I always like to make a conversation with that person at their trade show, because you got to keep one thing in mind, everybody, and this might help you as well, Michelle, with your folks, is because they are there for the same exact reason you are, to either increase your business or get new customers or to make a living, whatever they're doing, their mindset is about what they're doing at that moment. So one of the things that I've always done is when I'm trying to build that quick relationship rapport without talking too much, because I can do that sometimes. I've learned my lesson hard over the years, by the way. I've talked people into talking about the same exact sentence, instead of just shutting up. But what I've learned to do is when I build that relationship rapport in that, whatever it is, 1 minute window, I usually try to leave some kind of impression upon them, some kind of conversation about them, that when I call them back after the show, that they remember me. So you want to be rememberable. I don't know if it's a word, but you want them to remember. Whether it was talking about them enjoying fishing more than they love being at the trade show, whether they're wearing a Washington Capitals hockey hat, and I told them I love and affinity for the Pittsburgh Penguins, whatever it might be. Anything that I can, that they can recall when I call them back. It might be if I was calling you back and I was pitching the Mary Kay. I mean, it's safe to say Mary Kay, obviously. But I said, hey, Michelle, this is John. How you doing? You may or may not remember me. We were talking at the trade show this weekend. I'm involved with Mary Kay, but we were talking about the fact that, you love what you do for a living, but you wish you had more time to spend with your children. Do you remember that conversation? Oh my gosh, yeah. You want to make your conversation memorable. That's the word. It's from memorable. So when you do call them back, it doesn't matter. Just something that triggers them to remember, oh, I remember you. And I would tell you, if you talk to somebody who's a total stooge, the odds are probably going to rip that business card up and throw in the garbage, because I'm telling you, if they're a total stooge to me in person, I probably don't want them in my business. I mean, if they're like a total stooge, okay? But, so that's one of the things I've always loved to do too. I've collected business cards for years, but I like to write in the back a little note, a little personal note, so I can make myself memorable to them. I usually do stand out, believe it or not. I find a way to somehow, even though I'm shy, I usually somehow find a way to, penetrate the conversations that for me when I call them back. So I want to share that, because I think it might help you as well. And do you mind sharing, Michelle, because we want to talk about home events a little bit too. I know y'all figured out how to really divvy up, per se, how you allow your team or you invite your team to be a part of those events with you, and then how you actually handle the costs of maybe some of the more expensive events with products, and and how you set up a schedule with your team and things like that. If it's a multi-day event, do you want to share a little bit with folks what you've done with that thus far as well, for everybody to understand how they can invite other people from their team to be a part of it with them?
Okay, home events as in parties, or home events as
I'm back still on the trade show. I'm sorry. Still on the trade show. When you have your entire team coming with you, and how you kind of divvy up some costs for things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Building out a schedule maybe for a multi-day event or things like that, or even a one-day event, a big event, how you can kind of schedule it out so everybody gets their fair share of, per se, leads and generating those leads. Do you mind sharing that a little bit? And then we'll go over to like home events, like tasting parties and so forth. So if you don't mind sharing that first with everybody, with the trade shows, how you kind of divvy up, how you invite your team and build the schedule and things like that, and costs.
Yeah, no, 100%. So, and it really is a shared effort. So there's two things. Sometimes people will simply call us and say, hey, can you come help us? And we're like 100%, and we'll just go and help them. But there is some shows that does require more bodies there and are a little more pricey. I'll give you an example. In August, we have the CanFit Pro event, which is at the Metro Toronto Convention Center. It's a big deal. It's going to put M out there as a company too. It's a huge show, but it is a very pricey show as well. So we really just want to make it fair for everybody. So we literally just split the cost amongst everybody 100%. So if it's $100 and there's 5 people, it would be $20 each. And we literally take the list of people and divide it amongst those people. Now we do, however, if somebody's talking to somebody and they've connected with them personally at the show, that person will become part of their contact list to follow up with, for sure, if that makes sense. But we really just, we want to make it cost effective for everybody. So we want it to be fair for everybody. So it's literally it's always been just a 50-50 split for everybody involved. And that's real. I mean, it's very simple. To answer your question, we've never really done anything more than that. And that's it. Simple. Brendan and myself, we just really give the leads to the team and help them follow up and let them do the thing. But we always just we keep in contact with them, make sure that they're doing the follow-ups effectively, because, it's really no point doing a trade show at all. If we don't have a team that's following up effectively, it really is not a time well spent if we can't teach them to do that. So we do spend a lot of time afterwards making sure with the team that we're following up effectively within 48 hours after the trade show. But it's really always been a 50-50 for us amongst everybody, to be fair.
Awesome. And, one of the things you said there is really important. You're probably not surprised, you've done this as long as I have, how people don't follow up with somebody. It blows my mind how people just don't even, because, I don't know what they're going to say. I know what they're going to say if you don't follow up. It's a guaranteed no. And one other thing you hit a moment ago, which is really important, now I just am blank on it. I apologize. Following up. One of the things I've always taught folks is that the fortune is not the follow-up. The fortune is helping people make a decision at some point in time, because you can follow up 8, 10, 12, 100 times. There has to be that point in time where you have to draw that line to finally get somebody to make that decision. I like the taste. I like the cost. I like the timing. Great. What's stopping you from getting started right now as a customer or wanting to build a business with me? I've always loved that Burbage Girls. And this is just not trade shows. It's talking to people. Is there anything stopping you? What's stopping you? Right now from getting started, at least as a customer, if not building a business with me, what's stopping you? Because if you don't know what that is, sometimes you can go keep following up, and all they want to go is, how much, what I need right now? Or, what's your website? How quickly can I get it done? When can I get the product to my doorstep? Sometimes they just want to know one simple thing, and you keep giving them the wrong information, and all they want to know is, I'm ready. I was ready 15 minutes ago, but you're not asking me. So sometimes getting somebody to make a decision is equally as important as multiple follow-ups. And sometimes it's important to ask them, what is it that would help you make a better decision right now? And kind of can cut to the chase a little bit too, instead of having to go through that 8, 9, 10, 12 follow-up as well. So I just wanted to kind of add that in there here too. And I think you gave some awesome validity to making trade shows more effective, because we actually have, like I said, price point products. They can actually retail at an event to at least get your cost back to get a loss leader per se. Or actually make a profit if you sell out of all your product like you just did, which is absolutely awesome. And I'd love to turn over the next 10 minutes. I'd like to go about 10 more minutes if you don't mind, just how to maybe invite or have a very casual in-home event where people don't feel like they're going to a network marketing event. And again, how people can invite, make it so it's not just a social event, so it is business oriented, but at the same time, people don't have to feel like obligated to sign or buy or whatever in somebody's home, where in the past people got to drag people along so they know they're going there to get pitched on something. How we can help the gals and the guys make it more effective and more fun than they've ever had before in those kind of events, if they choose to want to do those. Right.
And that's a great points and great questions. For us, the way that we really do it is obviously, we use a lot of three-way calls. So, for example, if I had, my sponsor is Josh Wiles. So I'm just going to use him as an example. If I had Josh Wiles and he was coming to our in-home event, I would literally introduce my friend Josh Wiles to my prospect on the phone and have them have a conversation. And Josh would simply say, hey, listen, I'm going to be in Ontario on Monday, and I'm going to be at this, at our friend's house, and it would be really just great to meet you. And I call it OLE, get myself out of the way. Get yourself out of the way, and third party that stuff with somebody that matches your kind of friend's personality. So Josh is a lot of fun, much like John is a lot of fun. I just get myself out of the way and get them on a phone call and get somebody else to invite them. And it's the truth. The truth is, a third party is your best friend in this, guys. I missed third party in my first, I would say, probably 4 years of network marketing. I didn't utilize it. And I realized that is something that I wish if I had to start network marketing over today, I would tell my new network marketing self to start using three-way calls right away, because it takes it out of your hands and it throws it to somebody else. They realize, A, they have a support team, B, they're fun people, C, I'd like to go meet that guy. He seems like a blast. and it's informal. It's really just, it's just people communicating, having fun, talking, and hey, I'd love to meet you. Why don't you come out to our event? It's at Shelly's house on Monday. And really, that's it, informal fun, and lots of energy, be excited. The other thing I'd like to say about that is urgency. Have a sense of urgency. I always say it, this time will never again be recreated. We're never, ever going to be in our first year in the M Network ever again. We're never going to be in pre-launch in Canada ever again. We're never going to launch a country again after we do it. So you have to have a sense of urgency and a sense of excitement all the time. And I get goosebumps talking. I have goosebumps right now.
I just show my arms. My hairs are sticking up in the back of my neck. The hairs are sticking up right now. The golden opportunity window will never, ever, ever be able to be in it again. It was freaking awesome, by the way.
Yeah, but it's true. And you've got that excitement. Use that excitement, that enthusiasm. There's a saying, I don't know who it's by, because I don't have the best memory. My husband always says I need to take more smart sticks. But my point is that 9 out of 10 people will be attracted to your enthusiasm and afraid not to follow you. You might scare 1 out of 10. I've done that before. It's okay, because you still got 90% of the people. So be excited, be enthusiastic, get your excited, enthusiastic friend John on the line with you and have him do the invite for you. And that's really, for us, that's really the best way that it's worked. Because I found that, doing it business-like and, talking about going to meetings, just like John said, people are smart today. People know what's going on. There's 20,000 people a day in the United States alone joining network marketing companies every single day. So we have a very smart society right now, okay? They know what we're doing when we call to invite them. So we can't be the same as everybody else. If we're the same as everybody else, we're not going to attract people to us. So be different, be fun, be enthusiastic, and get yourself out of the way, get somebody else on the line, let them do the work.
Awesome. Thank you. And I appreciate some things you said there, because I'm actually doing some trainings this week, Michelle, which I'll make sure that your team is privy to. I'm going to do a lot of these gals have came out of companies where they didn't have an upline support. I hate the word upline, but they didn't have any support. They didn't have a support system in place. A lot of them don't even know what a 3-way phone call or proper edification or how to do a follow-up, because it's not what they were taught. There's nobody to do it with. So I'm actually going to do training videos, very short videos this week, about 15 minutes a piece. 1 on 3-way phone calls, on effective 3-way phone calls, 1 on proper edification, and when and how to do the follow-up, and how to even set the follow-up in advance. Because, I think you hit something here so important is, when you invite Josh Wild, I promise you're not calling and say, hey, I want you to talk about upline Josh Wild. You say, hey, my good friend Josh Wild's coming to town. He's awesome. He's a fun-loving guy. He's got a great success story, but he's an awesome dad. He's got some great, little girls. I'd love for you to meet him because I think he's a lot like you. Obviously, he's a guy, you're a gal, but you're both parents, and he just wants to teach you what we're doing with our business. And there's a great, easy, non-threatening, effective way to edify and validate without saying business partner, upline, things like that. So I'm going to do a training for everybody, 3 separate videos. Like I said, 3 phone calls, edification, and proper follow-ups, when and how to even set them up in advance with people to get more people to answer the phones when you actually do follow up with them. And I'll make sure that you and Brandon and your team are privy to those videos as well, okay?
We appreciate that. And yeah, edification is so huge, so important. And I always let people know, hey, listen, your friends like, know, and trust you, but they may not respect you as a businessman or woman yet.
It's funny. I just had this chat last night at like midnight with this group, and I said, this may be your friend you go out to dinner with or go roller skating with. I don't know if people still roller skate. But you get the point. These are my girlfriends I hang out with. They don't see you as that entrepreneurial, spirited person that can change your life forever. I can come in as a total third-party individual and do that for you, because unless you're Shauna, who's not on here, you can't pat on your own chest and scream how great you are. But I can come pat your back and you can repat mine, and that's edification in a nutshell. So I have one question down here. Brittany's asking, how do you split up the retail sales per se at a trade show amongst those that maybe have invested money into the day? How do you all do that up there for multiple people? Kind of putting money in, how you take them back out?
Right. So, M is obviously a new company for all of us. So what we've done this far is literally, I'll give you an example from my last trade show. So Leslie Honey, which is the one I did the trade show with, she brought her boxes. I brought my boxes, and I let her sell hers first because she's just part of my organization. And when that sold out, then I just sold mine, and we sold it all anyway. So whatever boxes the person on the team, your member has or you have, I would just say, because you already own that box and that's part of your inventory, I would let them sell it, take the profit from it, and then the next person has their turn, and just do it in turns. That's, been the way we've been doing it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And hey, I know we're running kind of late on time. I want to kind of keep this short and sweet. And, I really appreciate your time. And thank Brandon for allowing us to be able to borrow you for a little bit. And you guys can borrow me back for return anytime. Anytime you want me to fly up to Canada and hang out with you, just send me a plane ticket and give me a warm couch with a blanket, especially if I'm going to Winterpeg to do an event somewhere. I need 2 blankets.
Well, may I just let you know this one last thing, if you don't mind, and you guys might want to pencil this in your agenda. You guys are going to be the first to know because we've just hammered out the details with Mr. Ryan Anderson. But August 12th in Toronto, we're going to do a big event here. It's going to be like a Canadian launch event. So hey, August the 12th, pencil in your calendars, and you might want to start recruiting in Toronto because we're going to blow it up, and we'll help all of you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And hey, if you don't mind, I'm going to unmute everybody that may have a question for you. If you don't have a question, y'all, go ahead and remute yourself by hitting your little microphone button. But I know if you probably have a burning question. Do you have another 5 minutes for some questions, Michelle? Are you okay with that, honey?
I'm all good. Kids are sleeping.
Awesome. Mine need to go to sleep. So and there's a hockey game on or something I hear about upstairs, and the Penguins might be winning. Sorry to my one fan of, look at these girls shaking their head. You think they're all like the Washington, D.C. area.
So it's the Penguins, is that football?
Yeah, it's football. Yes, that is a football team. I'm gonna give you football.
I don't know.
We don't play those Canadian League football rules down here. No CFL here, sister. It's real football, okay?
I don't even have cable. I just do network marketing.
So I'm gonna unmute everybody, and then if you don't have a question, please just remute yourself. And then we'll part ways here in a few minutes. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Thank you again, sweetheart. Here we go. Everybody's unmuted, so if you don't have a question, go ahead and mute yourselves back out. And those that have questions, step up to the mic.
Let's go Caps. I have a question. Hi, Michelle. Thanks so much for helping us out this evening. My daughter Amanda and I actually have an event coming up Father's Day weekend, so it'll be our first one. What about your setup and your signage and your advertising, that kind of stuff? Do you spend a lot up front on that, or you just try to keep it clean and simple?
Yeah, definitely clean and simple. We have so the product sheet, in the back office where you have all the product profiles and summaries. Mm-hmm. So we double side that. We have the product profile and a summary with the ingredients on the back side. And we, gosh, you don't have to be smart to do well in this business. What do you call it when you put the plastic on it?
Shrink wrap? Oh, laminate.
Laminate. Yeah. We laminate them. So we laminate them. By the way, that's Materna brain. It happens when you have 4 kids. So we laminate them. We just put them in front of the picture that it goes with that particular one of the 5 sticks or the capsules. And so when people ask the product ingredients, I'm literally like, hey, I just turn it over and I show it to them. So I don't have to even read it to them or answer their questions. It's just there. They can see it. So we have that. Then we have a little sign that says how much per stick, and then how much per box if they want to buy by the box. And yeah, really. And then we just have the sign-in sheet where we're collecting the contact information. Yeah. And sometimes we'll, depending on the show, sometimes shows have different rules. We might have a ballot box to do a draw as well. And then they put in their names into that, which is also another way to get contact leads and be able to follow up. And
okay.
Yeah. We do, we have one of the M signs, but if you don't have one, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're nice to have. They've got the M Network has the table ones, the half the size, as well as the tall ones. So, even as a group, if you got a few of you in the area, you guys want to share it. And that's what we do with the team. We get a few of them, and then we kind of shift them around as need be.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome.
I muted everybody else that may have had a question. So if you had a question, go ahead and unmute yourself. Just that way, kept the background noise down. Today does have a question for Michelle. Whether it's a home event or who colors her hair. It's natural, obviously, and she's beautiful. She does not need no Lady Clairol. But if she needs pink hair, we do have a wonderful girl in here who's very good at different shades of pink. Whitney's here with us tonight. I'm only picking on you because pink is in, my wife says, Whitney, so don't you fret about that, girl. And so I just have a question for Miss Michelle before we let her go and go back to her family this evening. Anybody else? It's your time to shine, girls and guys. They're very kind. They're polite. They're from the South.
Well, we're Canadian. We're polite too. We're like, you hit our car and we'll say sorry.
You're welcome to Utah.
I'm so sorry. Did I stop too fast?
Hey, y'all. So if nobody else has a question for Miss Michelle, maybe she has a closing comment or a thought that she'd like to share with everybody, and then everybody can unmute themselves at the same time after she shares that thought to say thank you. So got a closing thought, Michelle, that you'd like to share with everybody here this evening with our team?
You guys are doing amazing, incredible things. Like I said, you guys are an inspiration to everybody watching you. But think about it like this. There's three days left of the month, not including tonight, 3 days. And I know that every single person on this line can go out and get 2 or 3 customers or 2 and 3 members collectively. What you guys could do as a team in the next 3 days, you guys can make history for this company right now together. And we're all cheering you on. So it's a little bit from everybody. And I promise you this. I want you to think about, what if it was my turn? What if it was my turn this month to rank advance? How would I want my team to back me up? And so this month may not be your turn, but it may be next month. It may be the month after. It's going to be your turn. Okay, so, work together as a team, do everything that you can to help each other, because it is going to be your turn next. So run with everything you've got in you, do everything you can, and you guys are going to go down in the history books and M Network, I guarantee it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to mute everybody to say thank you, and everybody's got a chance to say thank you to Michelle.
Thank you. Thanks, Michelle.
I appreciate all of you.
Thank you.
Awesome. You totally rocked, Emily. Everyone else have a great night, and hit me up tonight. Let me know what you need from me. I'm not going to bed for these next 4 hours, so whatever and everything you need between now and the end of the night, tonight, and the rest of the weekend, help everyone rank advance up at least one spot for the current react. I'm here for you. So have a great night, everybody. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you again, Michelle.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.